Hello, my friends. It is Milana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be answering a DM that I got on Instagram. It's a voice note, so I'm going to play the voice note for you, and then I will give you my answer. And the reason I'm making a whole video out of it is because it's actually pretty in depth. It's very interesting. Before we get into this question, I just want to share something fun, random fun update. I just got this new chair. How cute is it? It's I call it my teddy bear chair. It's like teddy bear material. I believe the technical term is boucle, but it is my teddy bear chair. So I got it so we can I don't know, so I can be like more comfy and it's more like we're chilling together in my like lounge relaxing chair. Um Also, if you are in Southern California, Human Garage, they're like the inventors of fascial maneuvers. They're doing an event on I believe it's Saturday, May 25th. I'm going to go. So if you're in LA, you should go to the Human Garage event and come say hi to me. I'm really excited to connect with the community and see everybody there. Okay, so let's answer this question. Okay, is this thing on? Mic is on. Mic, camera, action. Okay, so in my DMs, let's listen to what this amazing Instagram friend has to say. I recently had somebody reach out to me and basically challenge my beliefs through manifestation and Christianity. So I would like your input on it because I've been listening to this podcast called Your Manifestation Bestie, and there's literally an episode in there where she goes over how manifestation is kind of rooted in biblical scripture because there are more than a few pieces of scripture that kind of go with the whole manifestation thing. So if you could like explain it to me how you see it, that would be awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for the question. Um, so I want to before I say everything I'm about to say, I just want to say whatever you believe in spiritually wise, if you're religious, if you're not religious, like whatever your beliefs are, I just want you to know I completely respect you and where you are at and like your belief system. All of us has different beliefs and I just don't want to discredit that. I also want to preface it by saying everything that I share is where I'm currently at with my belief system, and that has changed so much over the course of my life, and especially in the last few years. My beliefs on God and higher power and all that stuff has changed a lot. And I suspect that it will continue to change. So, what I share today is my current greatest understanding of the truth based off of my experiences and my studies. I also want to share that I am not some big scriptorian. I'm not super into like reading scriptures and biblical text. However, I have studied and read a lot of spiritual books and they do quote scripture. So, to get into the question of is manifestation rooted in biblical text? Is that where it comes from? Does it come from God? Let's answer that. So, Wayne Dyer talks about this a lot. He talks about the I am and how the phrase I am is another way of saying God. And whenever you say I am, you are using your God given power. And to take this a step further, my belief is that each of us is God expressing itself and that the whole entire universe is you. So, like for you specifically, I believe that you are God and that the entire universe is God as well. So, that means that you have all the power within you to create and do whatever you want to do, and that everything is reflecting back to you the experience that you desire to have on a conscious and or subconscious level. And this is a really tough pill to swallow when you're going through hardships and really hard times. You're like, why the heck would I create this? That is your journey to discover and understand. I believe that we choose certain lessons and certain experiences before each lifetime that we choose to incarnate in. But once again, that's my personal belief. So, back to the question of like biblical references. So, I'm reading this book right now. I talked about it in my last video, Scientific Healing Affirmations. On page 11, 1 it has this quote, and this book is all about how to use affirmations as the God that you are. So, like, when you understand and know that you are God and you can create anything, it's like how to use affirmations in that way. It has this quote. It says, "Virtue, i.e., healing power, has gone out of me." This is referring to Jesus, by the way. And, quote, "Thy faith has made thee whole." Such sayings of Jesus show that in healing, both the power of the healer and the faith of the person to be healed are required. So that's an example of scripture where Jesus is saying, look, I'm going to heal you, and your faith is going to make you whole. Your faith is going to heal you. And there's so many stories of Jesus like telling people to go wash X amount of times. I forget how many, maybe it's like 3 times or 12 or whatever, in some special river, and then they will be made whole and they'll be able to see, like their blindness will be removed and they'll be given vision. And then it happened. And the people who didn't do it didn't have faith, so they didn't believe in the God within themselves and their ability to heal. They didn't do it, and then they weren't healed because they believed that they couldn't be healed. But those who did believe that they could be healed, they took some action, they went and did it, and then their faith and their belief made them healed. And I haven't studied this super deeply. I've met some people who are like obsessed with this, and they've read like a few certain books that apparently explain this super well. I have a basic understanding of it, but they have said to me that Jesus's whole life was, how do I say this? He had his life experience and he did all the things that he did. You know, he did incredible miracles and stuff. But that a lot of scripture and interpretation, specifically interpretation of scripture, has been interpreted falsely to keep the power out of individuals and out of people, and to be making them so like needy and reliant on Jesus and something outside of them to save them, help them, heal them, remove their afflictions, remove their pains and their struggles. When Jesus was saying, like an example is when Jesus was saying, I am the way, a lot of people think that he actually meant I am, which is God's way of saying God's own name. I am is God's way of saying like I am God. So whenever you say I am, you're using your God-given name and your God-given powers. So when he says I am the way, people thought that meant Jesus is the way, when really it means I am the way. You are the way. God is the way and God is you. So it comes back to you going within yourself and accessing, believing in, and utilizing your divine God-given power. So I feel like there's going to be a range of people who listen to this and watch this. So I'm really curious what you guys think. So make sure you comment below, like if you agree with this, if you've heard of this, if you're like, what the heck? No, absolutely not. Like, I really want to know where everyone is at in this community. Um, Another thing that I want to say about this is, like, even though I'm not obsessed with scriptures, I'm obsessed with meditating. So I have spent countless hours in meditation. And I feel very lucky and blessed that one of my spiritual gifts is I have a lot of visions and mystical experiences in meditation. And I have had so many visions and encounters in meditation with beings from other dimensions, like aliens, super high vibrational beings from other planets and galaxies, with Jesus, with God, which is all interesting because, like, Koa, chill. It's interesting because it's like it's all you, it's all me, but it gets projected in ways for me to experience it kind of like in a separated illusion, but really it's all one. So anyways, it's kind of trippy. However, that is my experience, and my greatest understanding of it is I've had all these experiences. And I'll tell you about one of my most recent visions that I had in meditation. In this meditation, there was this being, it was this like cool little alien guy. He was really like sweet and had the most loving demeanor about him. And he was taking me on this journey, and he showed me that everything in reality was these like kind of like plasma screen TVs, and that if I wasn't looking at them, they were just blank. And when I would look at them, then they would project what I believed and what I desired to create and whatever onto them. And it would create this whole world. So, like, this chair, for example, would just be like a blank screen, this curtain, um, your phone, your house, the relationships you have, your bank account, all of it is just like blank until you place attention on it. And it's all an expression of yourself. And you gotta make sure this thing's still on. I recorded a video, not a video, a meditation for my membership last week, and I didn't know that like halfway through the mic died, and then I had to go back and refilm it. So now I'm like double checking: is this thing still on? Yes, it's still on. So, anyways, it was just showing me that everything is you pushed out. It is your beliefs and your desires getting projected onto the 3D world. And other things happened in this meditation, and then this really cool thing happened. I saw this image of, the best way I can describe it is like a mannequin. It was like a white, plasticky looking outline of a human, just like a bodysuit kind of basically. And I saw a hand grab its face and remove it. It wasn't like gruesome or anything. It just like removed it. And as it took its face off, the personality, the illusion of the body, I saw the most beautiful, ethereal, like blue, purple, green, swirly cosmic stardust that was like sparkling, just effortlessly like float up and out. And the little guy who was guiding me, he was like, "That's who you really are." And I just had this profound download that I am not the body. We are not our bodies. We are not the personality. We're not our face. We're not our thoughts. We're not even our beliefs. What we are is God. We are pure God essence. And we decide for whatever reason to come into the illusion of this holographic projection of a simulation universe and come into this body and get plugged into it and look out these eyes and have hands and whatever and like do this life. And then this little guy told me, he was so funny. I honestly can't even describe him. Like, he doesn't look like anything I've ever seen. Um then he told me, you can create and receive literally anything as long as you remember that you are God. Think about it. If you know and you believe that you have unlimited power to do literally anything and command the universe to shift and move in your favor and give you and bring you everything you desire, if you know that to be true, it is going to happen. And there's a lot of, Wayne Dyer references a lot of scriptures. So if you're interested in learning about like manifestation related to Christianity and scripture and like scriptural, if that's a word, teachings about manifestation, I would recommend looking into Wayne Dyer and his teachings. He has a lot of amazing books. Um, one of my favorite one is called Wishes Fulfilled, but he has literally so many and a lot of them that I haven't even read. He also has an amazing film. It's on YouTube for free. It's called The Shift. It's really good and it teaches these things too. But he's like a, I think he was a big Christian. I could be totally wrong. So he references scriptures. So if that's something you're interested, definitely check that out. So please comment below and let me know all your thoughts on God, the universe, how it relates to law of attraction and manifestation. I believe that you are God and that you are always manifesting and creating your entire reality, which is why it's so important to go in and reprogram all the gunk that's like on deep subconscious levels that gets manifested without us consciously wanting it or being aware of it. So, anyways, that's my thoughts. I love you so much, and I hope you have the best week ever. And if you're in LA, I hope to see you at the Human Garage event. Okay, love you. Bye.